guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's same but different episode, we're talking about 7 different types of tofu that you can find here in the US. We're going to talk about the difference between these type of tofu, how it's made, and what type of dish it suits the best. So if you're a fan of tofu, you're in the right place. Check it out. Hi new friend, this is Erica right here. I'm a tiny citizen, currently living in America. Cooking and traveling are my passion, so I'm here to share with you my favorite Asian recipes. In each same but different episode, I'll pick a few different ingredients, dishes, or cuisine that is easy to be mixed up by people and explain the difference between them for you. So if that interests you, please subscribe and keep watching. Tofu, aka bean curd, is the best vegetable protein that is not only popular in Asia, but has made its way to the whole world and has been loved by many vegetarian and vegans to replace animal protein. It is not only a popular ingredient in Chinese cuisine, but it is also a typical ingredient in a lot of East and Southeast Asia countries, such as Japan, Indonesia, Thailand, Korea, Singapore, and Vietnam. The first tofu in the world is invented by the alchemist in China around 2,000 years ago. His name is Liu An. Liu An accidentally dripped some brine water into soy milk and created the first bean curd flour in the world, which became popularized all over China around 1000 AD. Right before that, around 700 AD, tofu was spread to Japan and was only available for royalty and the richest until the 17th centuries. Tofu was first brought to the US by a Chinese woman called Jing Yumei in the early 20th centuries. Thanks to her, nowadays when you go to a grocery store in the US, you can find a small collection of tofu everywhere. So how is tofu made? There are a couple different ways to make a traditional regular tofu. If you're interested in that, leave a comment down below to let me know. Maybe we can start another episode talking about a different type of way to make tofu. Maybe we can make tofu together as well. But basically, tofu is made with cooked soy milks mixed with different type of coagulants and press out its water content over time to create different firmness of tofu. The silken tofu is the only type that doesn't require pressing, but can also be pressed to make firmer. What type of coagulant is used in the tofu doesn't change its flavor much, but the amount of pressing time on tofu will create different firmness, which affect the texture of your tofu. Today we're going to talk about 7 different types of tofu that you can all find in the Asian supermarket here in the US that have very different texture, flavor, and usage in your recipe. We'll talk about how it is made and the different flavor and texture of it, also what type of recipe that is suitable for. First, let's start with the most common seen tofu, the regular tofu, aka block tofu. We call the regular tofu 板豆腐 in Chinese, which means the tofu on the board, because it was sold on the wooden board in the traditional supermarket back in the day. The 3 most traditional coagulants used to make regular tofu are calcium sulfate, magnesium chloride, and acetic acid to solidify soy milk. These type of tofu must be pressed to shape the block shape, so it has a higher water content than the silken tofu. We'll talk about it later. Regular tofu is the most common seen type of tofu in the American grocery stores. It comes with a variety of firmness such as soft, firm, extra soft, and extra firm. These type of tofu are great for searing, deep fried, and skewering. If you get the firm or extra firm regular tofu, you can also use it to stir fry. The lower the water content, the less likely it's gonna break during cooking. The downside of the regular tofu is that it goes rancid pretty fast, especially opened. So try to use them up as soon as possible and soak them in water to keep them moist in the fridge. If you never had tofu ever before, you have to try it. We've made a scallion braised regular tofu on this channel before. Here's a link to the recipe. Give it a try because it will open up a brand new world of cuisine for you. Next is our silken tofu, aka the lactone tofu or Japanese style tofu. In Chinese, we call it 嫩豆腐, which means extremely soft tofu, or 内脂豆腐, lactone tofu. The Japanese invented the silken tofu around 1960s, so it is a pretty recent invention. This type of tofu looks almost like a jelly. It is incredibly soft and can melt in your mouth. Silken tofu is made with glucono delta lactone to coagulate the soy protein. It can be made without pressing, so if you see the tofu fits in its container perfectly, that's a lactone tofu. Silken tofu has the highest water content out of all tofus, even though the way that silken tofu is made can maintain its nutrition and protein better, but because of its water content is so high, the nutrition and protein amount that it provides per gram is still lower than the regular tofu. Silken tofu has always been my favorite type of tofu because of its soft texture, and it is definitely the hardest type of tofu to pick up with your chopsticks. In a lot of vegan and vegetarian cuisine, many dressings, sauce, and dessert use pureed silken tofu to achieve that thick and creamy texture. Silken tofu is also an excellent choice to put in soup, and it is my personal favorite to add it into my hot pot. And here's a link to a tomato silken tofu egg drop soup that we made a few weeks ago. If you're interested, check it out. Next, it's the egg tofu, 鸡蛋豆腐. Egg tofu is a special type of tofu made with water, eggs, soy milk, and solidified with the glucono-delta-lactone. So you can kind of say that egg tofu is a mixture of egg and lactone tofu. It typically comes in a plastic tube, but you can also find it in a container box sometimes. It has a light yellow color and a unique eggy aroma when it's cooked. You can also use it to replace the normal silken tofu. Egg tofu has a nickname of tofu scallop because it is shaped like a scallop when sliced and laid flat in the pan. When I was living back home, I loved to go to night market and order the deep fried egg tofu. When it just came out from the pot, the skin is crispy and the inside is juicy and hot with a really good eggy flavor. We have used the egg tofu on this channel before to make the Japanese tamagoyaki, and here's a link for you. Next is our dry tofu. Chinese, we call it 豆干, aka the 5-spice tofu or pressed tofu. This type of tofu has a very similar textures to the regular tofu, but been pressed for a longer period of time and is more dense and firm. The color of the pressed tofu and regular tofu is very different because pressed tofu is then braised in soy sauce and herb and then baked to dry the surface. This type of tofu has a hard and a bit rubbery feel skin with a firm texture inside. When stir-fried, the aroma of the pressed tofu is pretty unique. Because it is baked to dry, it can retain its shape pretty well. Dry tofu is the best type of tofu to stir fry with. It is almost impossible to break. And you should be able to find this in the Asian supermarket. We've made a stir-fried dry tofu before on this channel with my favorite satay sauce. So if you want to try the pressed tofu sometimes, check out this recipe. Next is a very interesting one, and also is my dad's favorite, the frozen tofu. As you can see in this name, the frozen tofu is literally the regular tofu frozen and thawed. The water content in the regular tofu will freeze and melt away after. This creates tiny holes inside the tofu and turn it into a sponge. Makes it more chewy and perfect for absorbing broth. Since the water content has been frozen out already, with the same weight of tofu, the frozen tofu have a higher calorie, higher nutrition, and higher protein content. This type of tofu is the best to eat in soup or hot pot. The originally flavorless tofu will absorb all the juice and explode in your mouth. But be careful though, because I burned myself so many times when I was a child. Now, a very similar tofu to the frozen tofu is the deep fried tofu, aka oil tofu, and in Chinese we call it 油豆腐. It is also made with the regular tofu but deep fried till golden. This technique creates a similar effect as frozen tofu, which takes away most of the water content and turn it into a sponge-like texture. The difference between the oil tofu and the frozen tofu is its skin. You can also find this type of fried tofu pre-made in a box in the Asian supermarket here in the US. If the oil tofu is not freshly fried, the skin will be a little bit more rubbery, but the center is still pretty juicy when you cook them. Fried tofu is excellent to braise with or toss in soup, or cook with thick sauce to let it absorb the flavor. We've made a sweet and sour fried tofu on this channel before, and here's a link for you. Last but not least is the Bai Ye tofu. Bai Ye tofu. I can't really find a good translation for this type of tofu, so we're just gonna call it a Chinese name. A lot of websites confuse this type of tofu with the frozen tofu, but they are very different things. Bai Ye tofu looks very similar to the regular block tofu, but is made with many extra ingredients such as cornstarch, oil, sugar, salt, and other seasonings. It has a more bouncy texture due to its added starch that tastes like fish cake. The elastic texture has a unique character that can keep its shape together well. It is the best choice for barbecue skewer, deep fried, and long-term braising. The good thing about the Bai Ye tofu is that it's pre-seasoned. The downside is that because it added some starch, oil, and other seasoning and herbs, it might have more calorie than the regular tofu. Bai Ye tofu is not as easy to find as the other tofu that we talk about today, but it is pretty easy to make it at home with the regular tofu. Let me know in a comment down below if you're interested in making a Bai Ye tofu with me. I can teach you how to make the Bai Ye tofu at home some days if you're interested. And that's it for today. Give yourself a pat on the back for sticking to the end. You must really like tofu just like me. Let me know if this information is useful for you by giving this video a thumbs up. It's only gonna take you a second, but it means a lot to me. I make video on YouTube every Monday and Thursday, so remember to hit that bell and you'll never miss out. Here are 2 of my favorite recipes made with tofu. You can check it out if you like. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe on my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.